and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be 2 holiday looks using the Jaclyn Hill palette, and this is the palette she did with Morphe Cosmetics. I'm going to try to only use this palette for both of the looks, but if I do have to dip into other palettes, I will be sure to let you know. Alright, so without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so as you can tell, I already have like foundation, concealer, eyebrows, bronzer, highlight, all that good stuff I already have on. And I did go ahead and prime my eyes using just my concealer, and then I set that concealer just with translucent powder. And the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and lay down our transition shade. And to do this, I'm just going to be using a fluffy crease brush. And the first shade I'm going to dig into is this shade right here. I'm just going to fluff this into the crease. For this eye look, I want to keep my eyes very rounded, so I'm trying to just go like this in windshield wiper motions. I don't want to bring it out too far to the sides of my eyes. So now that we have that shade where we want it, I'm going to use the same brush and then go into the shade right next door. So this one right here, I'm going to deepen up the crease a little more. Alright guys, so I just messed with some settings on my camera, and I'm hoping that this lighting setup is better than it was before, hopefully, fingers crossed. The next thing I'm going to do is go into this forest green shade right here, and I'm just taking a fluffy blending brush. I'm just going to put this right on the outer corner of our eyes. I'm only going to bring the shade around about halfway into my lid. And then I'm just going to go back into my blending brush and blend in the crease real quick, just to make sure we have no harsh lines. And then I'm going to go back into that forest green shade and just deepen up the outer V. And I'm just going to keep doing that till I get it where I want it, and then we'll jump into the next step. So now that we have that dark green on the outer corners, all blended and everything, we're going to go ahead into this shimmery olive green. And we're going to pack this from the inner corner and then fade it into that matte forest green. And to do this, I'm just using a flat shader brush. So I'm going to try to put this on without Fix Plus first, and then if it needs it, I'll go ahead and spritz it. And if I do happen to spritz my brush, I will let you guys know. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of shadow on this brush and just kind of blend those two shades together. Okay guys, so I'm just like really tempted to see what this shadow looks like with some Fix Plus spritzed on it. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up some more shadow on my brush and then spritz it with some Fix Plus. And then let's see if this does anything special over here. I feel like it definitely made it a little more metallic. And because I already have like my foundation and concealer and all that stuff on, I'm making sure that I'm patting this shimmer shade on my lid instead of swiping, just so that I don't have that much fallout on my face. Alright guys, so that's everything we're going to do to the upper lid. Now let's go ahead and move on to the lower lash line. The first thing I'm going to do to the lower lash line is take these 2 transition shades that we put in our crease. I'm just going to mix those together and throw those on the lower lash line. The next thing I'm going to go ahead and do is take this red shade right here on a flat definer brush and just run this along my lower lash line, keeping it pretty tight to that lower lash line. Now I'm just going to take some silver liquid liner, and this one is from Creme. It just says crown, so I'm assuming that's like crown brushes, but I'm not 100% sure. So I'll definitely look it up and figure out what exactly I'm holding in my hands. I just know that it's a Studio Glam liner and it's in the shade Gone Platinum, and this is waterproof in case you were curious. So you could do one of two things with this liner. You could wing it out, and I think that would be really cool, but I'm actually going to take it and run it along the inner part of the lower lash line. Because this product is so thick, I went ahead and just took my finger and kind of dabbed it in a little bit. That way the silver wasn't as dense. This red is kind of, I don't know, I feel like it kind of looks off. So I'm just going to go ahead and ground that, and to do that I'm just going to take this dark brown shadow right there. So I'm going to go ahead and take that dark brown shade and throw that on the outer portion of the lower lash line. And then I'm going to go back into the original brush we used with no excess product and just blend everything out. Now you still have that hint of red, but it's grounded on the outside so you don't look like as sickly, I guess. You could definitely leave this without the brown. I mean, it is a holiday look. Like, people expect it to be green and red, but I just felt like putting the brown here, so... Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and throw on some liner, lashes, and mascara, and then I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back and I have liner and mascara on, and for my eyeliner today I just used my Buxom black eyeliner, and then for mascara I also used my Buxom mascara. I feel like my eyelashes look good today, so I went ahead and skipped out on the falsies. I think the look still looks amazing without it, and then I realized I never highlighted my inner corner or my brow bone. So for my inner corner highlight, I'm going to go ahead and use this shade right there in the corner of the palette. Then to highlight my brow bone, I'm going to go into my Morphe 35P palette and take this shade right here. It's just a matte white shade, or a matte bone colored shade. The Jaclyn Hill palette doesn't have any like matte brow bone highlights. So I went ahead and put on that matte brow bone shade, and I'm just not really feeling it. So I'm going to go ahead into this shade right there and use this. And I'm only going to place this at the very tip of like the arch of my brow. So to finish everything off today, for my lip look, I used the Marc Jacobs Little Mini Lipstick in the shade Slow Burn, and then the Stila Magnificent Metals lip gloss in Moonstone. Alright guys, so that is look number 1. Now let's go ahead and move on to look number 2. Alright guys, we're gonna go ahead and move on to look number 2 now. As you can tell, I took everything off. There's still a little bit of remnants of like the green eyeshadow over here. I don't know why it wouldn't come off. And also I probably still have a little bit of mascara and eyeliner in my waterline. I didn't feel like making my eyes bleed trying to get all of that off, since we're just about to go ahead and put more on anyways. So let's go ahead and get started on look number 2. So this look is going to start off the exact same as the other look. We're first going to go into this transition shade, buff that into a crease, again keeping it low, using windshield wiper motions, because we don't want to bring it out too much to the side again. And then after we do that, we're going to go ahead back into the shade right here and deepen up the crease a little more. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick, and then through editing magic, we'll move on to the next step. Alright, so now I have those 2 transition shades buffed into my crease, and really quickly I'm going to take this shade right here and just buff that into the crease as well. This time I'm going to use a natural hair brush. Now I'm going to go ahead and take this really pretty blue shade right here on a flat shader brush and pack that on the outer and inner portion of both of my eyes. I'm going to try to keep this shadow clear of the center of the lid, but if you happen to get some there, no big deal, we're going to cover it up. So really quickly I'm just going to switch my brush to this Royal & Langnickel BX80 brush. It's just a small like flat shader brush that you can use for packing color on the lid. I'm a dummy and I was trying to use a concealer brush for this. So yeah, don't do that. So this shade definitely needs some Fix Plus. I feel like it would probably go on best using your finger. I don't really feel like doing that because I have a feeling this color is going to stain my eye, which means if I use my finger, it's also going to stain my finger. So realistically, you could use these bottom two shades or this shade or really like any shade you wanted in the center of this lid. And I'm going to go ahead and do something a little bit different today. I'm going to use this pinky shade right here and go ahead and put that in the center of the eye for the halo. And I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but this blue shade on my eye is coming off more purple. And I swear to you guys, I used this blue, but I feel like it just has a lot of like reflex or like shifts in it. Like even when I swatch it on my hand, I'm gonna go ahead and swatch it. This is it swatched. Okay, so here it is in the palette, here it is on my hand. I feel like it looks more purple than blue. Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, I might be crazy. I feel like it probably looks blue to you guys on camera, but like in person it definitely pulls more of a purple than a blue. So now I'm just going to go ahead and take my little Real Techniques accent brush and go into that pink shade that I pointed out to you guys. And then I'm going to go ahead and pack this on the center of my lid. When most of the product is on my brush, like when I initially pick up the product, I first place the brush in the center of my lid just because that's where most of the pigment is going to go. And then after I have most of the pigment off my brush is when I'm going to start blending these sides into that blue color. Now I'm going to go back into the brush that I used for the blue shade, and I'm going to start just blending out the shade even more. Blending that blue into that pink just a little bit more. So for the inner corner highlight, I was going to do this, but now that I'm looking at it on, I think I'm going to dip into this for my inner corner highlight. Now moving on to the lower lash line, I'm going to do the same first step as we did in look number 1, which was mixing these two shades together and buffing them along the lower lash line. And I'm actually just going to go ahead and use the same brush since I have it here. Now I'm going to go in with a flat definer brush and take this chocolatey brown shade right there and run this along my lower lash line. And because I want to do something a little deeper on the lower lash line, I'm going to take this shade, which is a very deep gray. And I'm going to go ahead and take that same little flat definer brush and put that along the lower lash line as well. This one I only took about halfway in. Now I'm just going to take that original brush we used and blend everything out. This brush has no extra product on it. So really quickly, I'm just going to go throw on some more liner and mascara, and then I will be right back to finish up this look. Alright guys, so I'm back. Really quickly to finish off this look, I used the Bite Beauty Amuse Bouche lipstick in the shade Honeycomb, and then I'm wearing Ardell falsies. They're just the Ardell Wispies. And in my waterline, I have two ColourPop eyeliners. The first one is this blue one, and it's called Bee Sting, and then the second one is the purple one called Piggy Bank. So for the eyeliners, what I did was I first laid down Bee Sting, and then I went right over top of it with Piggy Bank, and that's how I got this really dark purple in my waterline. I think it looks really, really nice and really complements this look well. And then for mascara, I am using, again, the Buxom mascara. So really quickly, I just have to put this out here. I feel like Buxom, like cosmetics, the Buxom like makeup line is so underrated. They have amazing products, and I feel like pretty much no one talks about them on YouTube besides for their like White Russian lip gloss. Their lipsticks are great, their lip glosses are great, their eyeshadows are great, their mascara is great. Like everything I've tried from Buxom so far, I've loved. So, yeah, you guys should definitely go ahead and check them out. Okay, so that's everything I have for you guys today. I want to thank you guys so much for stopping by my channel and watching this video. It means a lot to me. If you like this video and want to see more like 2 looks, 1 palette videos, stuff like that, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and go ahead and share it. I would absolutely love it if you guys could do that for me. It would be a really big help. Also, don't forget to subscribe down below. It's a little red button. Should be in this corner, although it could be in this corner. I'm not really sure where I am on the computer monitor right now. So yeah, I want to thank you guys again so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Have fun and stay safe. Bye. Alright, and then to highlight my upper brow bone,